You know what? I honestly have to say, I'm feeling better compared to yesterday. Like, really a lot better. I mean, you guys already know, but Horseheads lost the sectional title game, and, it's my alma mater, so you better believe I'm feeling kind of down and out, right? Well, my father was at the game with me, and, he and I both talked about, why we ultimately lost. And it boiled down to the fact that, again, we didn't really run anything different from last time. Really, Union was just ready for us, and that was about it. But as the day went on, and honestly doing yesterday's video made me feel a lot better. Because, because, again, those kids from Horseheads who just lost, I was literally in that exact same position not 15 years ago. So, maybe it is a little presumptuous of me to believe that, I would be the only one who'd be able to know and help him and give him some advice. But it felt good to do something. Speaking of feeling good, the fact that I got to spend the day with my father, that was important. That made me feel a lot better. And, I did help him with some stuff, and, I helped my mom with some stuff yesterday too. So it was a nice day, a really nice day. As for my low, really, it's just because I kind of a late start. Because seriously, this is the latest video I've, in terms of time of day. Because it's almost 9:15 right now. Normally I would have done this at least an hour ago. I was just sleeping in, feeling lazy, I guess. Oh well. Although, considering that yesterday's video was at literally 4:50 in the morning, and I barely got any sleep, it's probably for the best. So, good morning. Happy Sunday, everybody. Broke out the jersey. Still have NFL picks to make. I'll get into that momentarily. But first, I need to talk about yesterday's episode of Amphibia, which, this was good. This is really good. So, it was another 2 11-minute segment episode. It was Spider-Sprig and Olivia and Yunan, right? Now, basically, Spider-Sprig starts off with them watching a movie, which is essentially a parody of Spider-Man called Tarantulad. And then basically, apparently Tarantulad is an alien who, needs to be accepted by society or whatever, and Sprig wants to do the same thing too, so he becomes a masked vigilante superhero. He even gets his own supervillain too, who I do believe was voiced by Brad Garrett. All right, I like me some Brad Garrett. He's cool. I think that was Brad Garrett. Let me look it up and see. Probably should have had this. I didn't really think I'd be doing this long. Let's see. All right, let's see. Yeah, my computer mouse is all over here, by the way. In case you're wondering what I'm grabbing, that's my computer mouse. So let's see. Here we go. All right. Okay. Yeah. It was yeah, that was Brad Garrett. Cool. All right. I like that. It actually doesn't really say on here. Normally it actually says who voiced what characters on here, but I'm not getting that at all. Hold on. Huh. That is weird. Well, take a word for it. That was legit Brad Garrett. But I digress. You don't want to. Basically, at the end, Sprig realized he's done more harm than good, even though he was legitimately trying to do good. So he stops, and that's good. Honestly, I'm really glad. I'm really glad they sort of wrapped it up in a nice little, package or whatever. It was actually quite nice. But that's not what the main draw of this episode was. That was in the second part, Olivia and Yunan, which, you know what? Here's the thing about Olivia, both about this episode. By all accounts, it really does feature two, at best, like low-tier secondary characters who I will admit I kind of forgot existed. I mean, I would have remembered them if they were brought back, but like I didn't think there'd be a straight episode dedicated to both of them. And you know what? It's just like Buggy and Mr. 3 in the Impel Down arc in One Piece. Like, they work great together as characters. That they legit carried the episode. I was very impressed. But the draw of this episode is King Andrias has completely destroyed the lands of Amphibia, and both Yunan and Olivia believe that, he's gone mad with power. So let's see if we can find Marcy, which, the promotional material clearly dictated that Marcy was alive. So I'm not even going to worry about spoiling that. So they get to the room where Marcy is, and it turns out the room has like these mechanical eyes that can make like simulations of like what a person fears the most. Like Olivia is afraid of disappointing her family, specifically her mother. Yunan is afraid of a grub hog, which when she was a little girl, it like bit her arm. It traumatized her. And Marcy is afraid of feeling as if she really made Anne and Sasha mad, which, no offense, Marcy, but the fact that you guys went to Amphibia in the first place, well, technically it's all three of your faults, because, Sasha was the one who convinced Anne to open the music box, and Anne opened the music box, but it was Marcy's idea to get the box in the first place. So all three of you are at fault, but yeah, I can see why Marcy really takes a lot of the blame for it. So they destroy the simulations, everything's fine, then King Andrias stops them, right? And here is where the episode really shines. Because in easily what could be described as the scariest moment in the entire series, it's revealed who King Andrias is working for. It turns out that through the years of using the Calamity Box to, conquer worlds and stuff, Andrias and his people have figured out how to essentially conquer death. The whole, put the intelligent minds in a supercomputer type thing, right? It turns out that this computer wants a legit host body. And since Marcy was the only one to ever defeat King Andrias in Flipwart, which, again, Flipwart really is like chess, but to the max, is what Marcy explained it as. She became the new host body. And here's what's scary. They basically have Marcy, trapped in a chair, like in those horror movies where, their arms and feet are strapped down, whatever, and they can't escape. There's, a helmet that's clearly going to possess them, falling down them. And when it gets on, it does, and then, Marcy, it looks like Marcy's dead because Marcy's just and then King Andrias is how about we let my masters speak for themselves? And then, literally, the scariest thing is why, hello there. For kids. It was freaky. I'm don't get me wrong. We live in a day and age where kids shows really are more and more getting away with stuff like this. But it doesn't make it any less impactful. I'm okay, we now officially have our big bad for the series revealing themselves. King Andrias didn't really specify. Here's the thing. It's all of the most intelligent minds in the history of Amphibia are in the supercomputer. So, for the sake of, I don't know if all of these people are male or female, I'll just refer to them as they, because I don't really know how to describe it. But it it was freaky. Like, really freaky. I'm like, here's the even kicker part. Like, ever since, like, Amphibia started season 3, they have, like, a really fun, like, end credits type thing where it's all colorful and cartoony and the players are having fun. No, at the end of Olivia and Yunan, it just cuts to black, boom, credits. No music. It's just, like, black screen, bright yellow, green, I guess chartreuse lighting for the colors of the letters. Glowing. Done. That's it. That was all it was. I'm like, what did I just bear witness to? Oh, man. I tell you what, because I did look at the schedule, there's like at least going to be 2 more new episodes in the coming weeks. One of them being like the sort of holiday Thanksgiving special that they're going to have. So it really is at least looking as if part 1 of season 3 is ending on a pretty decent note. I mean, again, they had the shut-in, so, and that was, seriously, for an episode that a lot of people don't like to disregard as canon, even though technically Matt Brawley said that it is canon, I like that episode. Yeah, and one of these days I'll probably do like a top 10 Amphibia episodes, but because here's the thing, it's very clear that by the end of the series I'll be looking at like 60 episodes and change over like what I'm going to put as a top 10 list. It's going to be hard to really decide what's going to be on there, but it's coming great. So seriously, and here's one other complaint I've been hearing too, like they're spending too much time following Anne in the human world and having them adjust to life and stuff, which I can see both sides of the argument, but I feel they got the balance just right, at least for me anyway. So, yeah, all in all, this was a great episode. I have nothing, really, I'll be honest, I really never had anything bad to say about any of these Amphibia episodes through like all the other seasons and stuff. Like, yeah, some episodes had tropes that I don't really prefer, but that didn't make the episode bad. So, there you go. Now, while I'm thinking about it, while I remember wearing the jersey, let's make some NFL picks, shall we? All right, and that's why I brought the computer here. All right, let's see here. All right, so I'm already starting off 0-1 because I was wrong about the Dolphins beating the Ravens. So let's see. The Saints and the Titans. I'm going to go with the Titans. They legit surprised me when they beat the Rams, and if they can beat the Rams, they can beat the Saints. So I'm picking the Titans over the Saints. The Bills over the Jets. That's an easy one. The Steelers over the Lions. I'll pick the Colts over the Jaguars. The Buccaneers over the Washington football team. You know what? I think the Browns are going to be on a roll again. I'll pick the Browns over the Patriots. Of course, I'm going to be picking my Dallas Cowboys over the Atlanta Falcons. That's an easy one. Panthers and Cardinals. That's easy. I'm picking the Cardinals. I think that... Don't the Cardinals only have 1 loss? I thought they did, didn't they? Yeah. Who am I thinking that's... Oh, yeah, my Cowboys have lost twice. Oh, right, I'm thinking Tampa Bay that I was expecting to be only have 1 loss, but they lost 2 games as well. Okay, so the Cardinals over the Panthers, the Chargers over the Vikings. Since Aaron Rodgers is expected to play against the Seahawks, even though he really shouldn't considering what he's been doing, I'll pick the Packers over the Seahawks. Okay, if the Broncos can beat my Cowboys, this should be a cakewalk for them to beat the Eagles. Okay? Seriously, Broncos, you should never have won last week's game whatsoever. So you better beat the Eagles. Okay? Let's see, Chiefs and Raiders. You know what? I'm going to go with the Raiders. I think their time has come again. And, yeah. Those are my NFL picks. So, quick recap. I'm picking the Tennessee Titans, the Buffalo Bills, let's go Buffalo, the Pittsburgh Steelers, the Indianapolis Colts, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the Cleveland Browns, the Dallas Cowboys, go Cowboys! The Arizona Cardinals, the Los Angeles Chargers. It's seriously, I have to pause for a second because it's not San Diego Chargers anymore. The Green Bay Packers, the Denver Broncos, and the Las Vegas Raiders. Seriously, I want to call them the Oakland Raiders because in my heart of hearts, I was going to be in Oakland. But no, they're in Las Vegas. We have to accept that now. But hey, they're doing well, so there's that. Like, favorite, share, subscribe, and follow me so subscribe to YouTube. I have a very holiday music video for all of you guys watching. Enjoy for today. Hopefully a wonderful, wonderful Sunday. Remember, you want to talk to me this weekend. Land news right back. Take care and make good choices. Have a nice day.